In a conversation with one of our clients, it happened that this particular person bought a piece of property somewhere some years ago. The person had even built and is currently residing or living inside that particular house. But recently, the person got a summon of a possible demolition of that particular property. Now, this is where it gets interesting. All the required documents necessary to prove that she was the owner of that property were there. But on a closer examination, I discovered something was fundamentally wrong. I got to realize that it was a local government allocation. And this is where it gets trickier. Now, recall that according to the FCT Act of 1976, which states that one, all lands within the FCT are termed urban, and secondly, all land within the FCT are held in trust of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and in return managed by the FCT minister. By extension, all land planning, revocation and allocation are handled by the FCT Department of Land, Urban and Regional Planning. So here's where it gets interesting. What happens to lands that have been previously allocated by local authority? Considering the seriousness of this issue, if the federal government were to implement this holistically, it means it is going to lead to mass revocation and demolition of property. To that effect, the federal government came up with a policy of regularization and recertification. Regularization is a process by which individuals or entities with land allocations allocated by the area council or other non-federal authority seeks to have these allocations submitted, recognized, and formalized or regularized by the Federal Capital Territory Authority or the Federal Capital Development Authority. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in 2006, the Federal Capital Territory Authority came up with a policy requiring or mandating every individual who were allocated land by local authority to undergo regularization so as to validate their land titles and bring them under the purview of the Abuja Geographic and Information System, also known as the Aegis. And here's where it gets interesting. Between 2006 and 2023, more than 216,000 land documents have been submitted for regularization, but only about 8,000 have been successfully cleared. And what this means for you as an investor, that in plain sight within the Abuja real estate sector, one of the core or cardinal factors to take note of is the particular authority that is allocating that particular property or piece of land. That is the reason why I personally advise clients, in order to play safe by the law, always go for properties that have the FCDA approval. Ensure you carry out the search at the Aegis office, and most importantly, work with an experienced realtor who will guide you and show you the right course to go. Don't forget, my name remains James Aichems, and I am your #1 land banker right here in the very city of Abuja. And don't forget to like, share, and be a part of this family where we are building wealth through real estate.